to say thank you for joining me here today and taking this time out of your day to dedicate to yourself and your practice. For those of you who are new, welcome. I'm Lucy. I'll be here to guide you through your practices that we're going to share together. And those of you who are returning, welcome back. I'm so grateful that you keep coming back to join me here. I truly appreciate your support. In this practice, we're going to take some time to really ground into this new day, giving ourselves some time to be gentle to our body and to your mind. This restorative inspired practice will not only guide you physically, but alongside each asana as we hold these gentle postures for a few minutes each. I'm going to be offering an optional affirmation or mantra that you can use to rest your awareness on during the practice. Hopefully this is something you can carry with you into your day, helping you be more confident, but also as a gentle reminder to stay present and grounded. Props are always encouraged, especially in this practice, as we are seeking to feel comfortable and supported throughout the practice. You can use anything that you want and already have around you. If you don't have blocks, you can use books. If you don't have a strap, you can use a belt or a towel, anything that suits you in this practice. And with that said, when you're ready, you've set yourself up for success here on the mat, we will begin. Let's take a moment before we start to move and say good morning to ourselves. Maybe you haven't had the chance to say this to someone or have someone say good morning to you. So let's actually take a moment to say good morning to ourselves. Check in with how you're feeling today. How does your body feel this morning? How does your mind feel? Do you have lots of thoughts already racing through your mind? Or is it still calm and quiet? Scan through your body, trying to let go of anything that doesn't feel good. Relaxing your shoulders away from your ears if they're feeling tense. Let your mind gently settle its awareness on your breath. Noticing how the breath moves through your body naturally, without even consciously paying attention. Your breath flows through your body all day, every day, acting as an anchor into your physical form. I want you to notice how the body reacts to your breath. You might feel your breath more in your stomach. Maybe you feel it in your chest. Noticing maybe with time, your breath starts to deepen as the body settles. The breath flows with ease, gently shifting into our parasympathetic nervous system, into a state of groundedness and rejuvenation. If at any point during this practice today you get lost in thought or you feel like you're holding tension, I invite you to shift your awareness back into your breath. helping you stay more present in your practice and in your body. We're going to begin our movement by finding our way into supported child's pose. The aim here is to feel as comfortable and supported as possible. If you're feeling any sort of pain or discomfort, I'm going to be offering a few variations to give you a chance to find a child's pose that best suits your needs in this moment. I'm only a guide here to help you find what works in your body, in your circumstances here today. You know your body best. So please always prioritize yourself and let go of any expectations. Letting go of what you think I want you to do, or what you think your body should be able to do. And honor where you're at. Honor your body. And honor what your body is letting you know. Our first option here is to have our knees as wide as the mat. You can have the pillow out in front of you. You can also use your blocks. Setting up anything that you're using here to support you. And when you're ready with your props, you're just going to fold yourself over your props. Your hips shifting back into your heels and letting go. Your arms can be out in front of you. They can be either side of you. You can even have your hands right in front of you so you can place your forehead on your hands. Another option here is if you have a couch or a yoga bowl, you can use that in front of you and fold over the couch, fold over the bowl, anything that lifts you up a little bit, giving you more space between your chest and the floor. You can sit up on blocks or pillows if having your hips on your ankles isn't possible for you or doesn't feel good today. Remember, we're coming into this pose for comfort. So once you find a variation of child's pose that feels good in your body, we're going to gently settle into stillness here. Releasing any tension within the body, letting your breath flow through your body with ease. If you feel your breath is restricted in any way, this could be an indication that you're a little too deep into the posture or you're not entirely comfortable. So take the time to adjust and make sure you can breathe with ease. From here, we're going to introduce our first affirmation. You can repeat this to yourself in your mind, or you can repeat this out loud. I release yesterday's burdens and start fresh. I release yesterday's burdens and start fresh. In your own time, we're gently gonna shift our body into our next posture, our next asana. Take your time as we transition, knowing there's no need to rush. Feel free to pause this video for as long as you need between transitions. Our next asana is going to be our extended puppy pose. So we're just going to shift our hips over our knees, extending your arms out entirely in front of you, and start to drop your chest towards the floor. You can use a pillow here. You can use a blanket underneath your knees. Your block can go in front of your forehead. Your blocks can be underneath your hands. Anything that you need here to be comfortable, to let your body release and find comfort. Once you've set yourself up, your breath is flowing through your body with ease. We'll settle into stillness. Introducing the second affirmation here. I am grateful for the new opportunity this morning brings. I am grateful for the new opportunity this morning brings. In your own time, once again, we're going to gently transition. In this transition, we're going to add gentle movement before we find our next asana that we'll hold. We're going to counteract this heart opener and wiggle the spine out a little bit. So you're going to make your way to your hands and knees, finding our tabletop position. Your shoulders over your wrists, hips over your knees, spreading your fingers out wide and almost gecko gripping the floor, protecting your wrists here. Your spine is long, shoulders away from the ears. We're going to move through some cat and cow here. As you exhale, starting to round the spine as you push the floor away from you, getting this really nice rounding in the spine, tucking the chin into the chest. And then as you inhale, dropping the stomach to the floor, opening up the heart, your gaze goes forward, arching the back now. And then exhale, rounding through. Inhales, opening up. Start to move with your own breath, flowing, almost dancing to the rhythm of your own breath. Doing this for however long you need. You can even pause the video as you continue, taking any movement your body's asking for, and then we're going to transition into our next posture, which is going to be a lizard pose. So you're going to take your right foot and place it to the outside of your right hand, keeping your left knee on the floor. We're going to gently shift the hips as far to the floor as you can, getting this really nice opening into that left hip flexor, getting a nice stretch into the back of the right thigh, and breathing here. Again, we have lots of options to find comfort here. You can use your blocks, placing your hands on your blocks, maybe placing your elbows on the blocks. We can use pillows. You can take one of the blocks and place it around the left thigh so that it relieves some of that tension. You can shift your hips back a little bit. Anything to feel comfortable and at ease here, letting the breath flow naturally. And then settling into stillness. Feeling your breath flow through your body. Noticing your body relax more and more with every exhale. As you relax, let go, and just breathe here. Bringing in our affirmation here. I am worthy of love. I prioritize self-care in my routine. I am worthy of love. I prioritize self-care in my routines. Whenever you feel ready, we're going to transition over to the opposite side of the same asana. So now your right leg will go back and your left foot will meet the left hand in front of your mat. Taking any variation here of your lizard pose. Using all the props you need to support you so you feel held, you feel safe, you feel comfortable to settle into stillness once again. Coming back to that same affirmation. I am worthy of love. I prioritize self-care in my routine. I am worthy of love. I prioritize self-care in my routine. Really take your time as we transition. Our next asana is going to be Cobra pose. So in your own time, that left leg will meet the right as you're kneeling on the mat. You're then going to shift your hips forward all the way down onto the mat as you come up onto your elbows here. Shoulders directly over the elbows. Hands out in front of you, fingers still spread out wide. Finding any support you need here. Place a pillow around your hips to lift your chest a little bit more. Taking the block out in front of you, placing your forehead on the block to support your neck. Finding any variation that suits you. Taking the time to support your body and support your needs here today. And settling into stillness. Inviting in the affirmation. I'm confident and articulate in my communication. I express my needs and boundaries with grace and clarity. I am confident and articulate in my communication. I express my needs and boundaries with grace and clarity. Notice how you react to this affirmation, how this makes you feel. Do you feel like there are areas in your life where you could bring more of this energy in? Areas in your life you want to create more boundaries and articulate yourself and your needs with more clarity and grace. Maybe you feel like you have been doing this, and take the time here to really thank yourself and appreciate how much effort that took and how much good and happiness it's brought you. Gently, we're going to move into our next posture. Remember to take your time. We're going to move into a seated forward fold when you're ready. Slowly transitioning yourself to a seated pose on the mat. Extending your legs out in front of you. Sitting up tall here for a moment as we adjust ourselves, making sure we're completely comfortable. You might want to place the pillow underneath your knees. You might want to incorporate the strap around your feet. Using the blocks out in front of you to place your forehead on. Anything you need here today. Finding what suits your body and then settling in. Letting yourself really fold over and relax over your legs. Letting the breath flow with ease. And saying to yourself, I'm grateful for the blessings in my life. I am grateful for all the blessings in my life. with ease and slow movements. We're going to slowly make our way onto our backs, shifting ourselves into a reclined butterfly pose. The soles of the feet come together, knees opening out wide as you lay down onto the floor, the feet coming in as close or as far out from the body as you need, grabbing any props that feel good for you, from placing blocks or pillows underneath your knees, relieving some of that tension in this hip opener. Maybe you want the pillow and blocks behind you to elevate the upper body a little bit and give a sense of a heart opener as we also open up the hips. Maybe you want to do both of these things. Really make this posture work for you and your needs here today. Every day looks different. Yesterday you might have wanted to be more within yourself, and so you didn't want a heart opening, you just wanted to lay back on the floor. And maybe today you have this sense of wanting to open the heart and open yourself, so you incorporate this gentle heart opener. Do what feels good for you, and then settle into stillness here, saying to yourself, my body is strong and beautiful. I honor it with kindness and respect. My body is strong and beautiful. I honor it with kindness and respect. We'll now move into your final asana for this practice here today. We're going to take a spinal twist as we lay here on the floor. So you might want to plant your feet into the floor, bringing your knees together. We can twist from here. You can also lift your feet off the floor so that your calves become parallel to the mat, and twist from there. Again, listen to your body. It will tell you what feels good and what doesn't. When you're ready, you're going to let your knees drop over towards the right side, your arms spread out to either side of you, reaching to opposite sides of your space. Your gaze can be up at the ceiling, or it can go over to the opposite side to the legs, to the left side. And letting your body completely relax, using any props that feel good, taking the block between your knees, or placing both knees on the block or a pillow to gently lift them and release some of that tension. Adjusting so you're totally comfortable. And saying to yourself here in this twist, I accept myself wholeheartedly. I accept myself wholeheartedly. Feel free to stay here for as long as you'd like, transitioning to the opposite side in your own time. Setting yourself up for success by making sure you're comfortable and at ease here. And settling into the last affirmation, I accept myself wholeheartedly. I accept myself wholeheartedly. Moving out of your twist whenever you're ready. You can make your way up to a seated posture whenever you'd like, or if you'd prefer, you can move into a shavasana and take a moment there to yourself. We're going to end this practice together here, but feel free to continue doing whatever you feel you need You might just want to stay in Shavasana. You might want to stay in your twist. You might want to add a meditation or a breathing exercise after this practice. Feel free to head over to my channel. I have loads of different practices we can do together. Or you might find someone else that you want to connect with as well. I really appreciate you, and I'm so grateful you decided to join me here today. If you enjoyed this practice, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and maybe even share with your friends or family that you think that could benefit from doing this as well. I hope to see you again soon.